Hello everyone, this is Arthie Thinks. Welcome to our second episode. And before we start, I'd like to thank everyone who watched our first episode on fitness, how to lose weight. Today I have a follow-up episode and today we'll talk about food. How do you actually lose weight within the context of food? Because of course, as I said, abs are built in the kitchen and diet is a crucial component for you to lose weight. We'll go back to the POW framework, principles, operationalization, I'll add an adjustment, and then winning tips. Principles. So, as I said in the first episode, you will only lose weight when you are in a caloric deficit. So, what is a calorie? It is the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water 1 degree Celsius. That's a technical definition. What you need to remember is 3,500 calories is equal to 1 pound. That is, for you to actually lose 1 pound, you need to burn 3,500 calories. So, the question is, how many calories do you need to consume in a day? It varies from person to person. What you do is go to tdeecalculator.net. I'll also post the link later on. And there you will find the number of calories you need to consume to maintain your current weight. Let's say I'm a 6-foot man with who is 180 pounds. And then let's say I would need to consume 2,000 calories per day, just for this illustration. Therefore, to be on deficit, I need to consume less than that 2,000. So, to illustrate, let's say I want to lose 1 pound per week, which is a healthy or sustainable type of weight loss. Therefore, what I need to do is to take out 3,500 for the whole week. So, divide it by 7, then maybe I would subtract 500 per day. So, I'll go down from 2,000 to 1,500 per day, just for illustration. But again, what I'll tell you is, you don't have to go that drastic immediately. What I did is, when I was starting to lose weight, when I wanted to lose weight is, I started first for 1 week of maintenance calories, na 2,000 muna ako. And then I took out maybe 1 to 200 per day. And then as long as you're losing weight, then continue consuming that level of calories. And then once you hit plateau, then you decrease day per day or like week per week, depending on how your body responds, because each of our bodies would respond differently to the different type of stimulus. Now, the second building block when it comes to diet would be macros, diba? So, I will read the technical definition. Macronutrients or macros are consisting of 3 categories of nutrients to eat the most and provide you with the most of your energy: protein, carbohydrates, and fat. So, actually, when you are counting your macros, you're counting the grams of protein, carbs, or fat that you're consuming. So, protein and carbs would consist of 4 calories for every gram, and then for fat naman, 9 calories for every gram. So, to simplify, what I would suggest and what I have read in a lot of readings and literature would be skew like 1 gram of protein for every pound of weight. So in the case of that 180 pound dude, let's say 1,500 is his maintenance calories, he would need to consume around 700 calories of worth of protein. And then what he can do is split the balance of 400 and 400 to carbs and fat. Again, rule of thumb, you don't want calories would come first over macros. You can consume like puro protein, but if it's beyond your caloric requirement or your caloric deficit level, you would gain weight. In the same way, kahit na you consume less of calories, let's say all fat, you just decide, I just want to consume all fat, but it's below your caloric requirement, you will still lose weight. Again, find that right balance, and I'd suggest you read more about it. You don't want to be deficient in specific types of macros, diba? Because they could impact your bodies negatively. So treat everything with moderation. Now, the second part, operationalization and adjustment. So first, be the man with a plan. The ironic thing of weight loss is actually you will need to think about food most of the time. Why? Because what you want is you plan your days ahead by consuming the right types of food. So your question is, how do I track everything? Now, you can actually download an app. It's called MyFitnessPal. It has different types of food. You can actually make your own recipes. You can track your calories there. You can track your macros there. But the crucial component is you measure everything you eat. How much for breakfast, how much for lunch, how much for dinner, so that you are sure that you're staying within that caloric requirement for the day. Whatever gets measured, you're sure that you actually get the results that you would want. Now, the second part is what I did. This is very personal. I consumed the same types of food 70% of the time. Meaning, I did not want to think of food so much that I resorted to my basics. Bread, lettuce, chicken, pork, beef, fish. These are the types of food that I ate when I was on a diet. And then lettuce, because it's low in calories but very dense. It makes you full for a long time. And that ensured that I would stay within the caloric requirement of the day. So probably you're asking, so does that mean I only consume 1,500 calories all the time per day? The answer is no. Again, in the operationalization for today, we'll have an adjust portion. The crucial part for you is to stay within that 1,500 calories average per week. So, there are days you go over, there are days you go under. As long as you stay within that range, then you'd be fine. Then you'd still probably lose weight. Then the next part is, so wala kang social life, you don't eat out. No. Again, the crucial part is to be the man or woman with a plan. If you know that you would have a dinner out tonight, or like you'll have a buffet this weekend, then you prepare for it. On that day, maybe consume less calories in the morning and the afternoon so that you can eat during dinner. In case you go over, then you subtract it in the next few days. Again, we're talking of weekly averages and we're not talking about kailangan you have to be perfect with that 1,500. Life is short. You would still want to enjoy and have fun with your friends and family. So, what are some of the winning tips I would have for you to survive this diet or weight loss journey? First, plan your days around your meals. Think already of what you want to eat, where you want to eat, and when you would want to eat, so that it's something that built into your tracking already. Second, so the question is, how do you actually suppress your hunger? Well, what I did was I consumed black coffee, plain black coffee, which is around 5 to 10 calories lang for every cup. I would consume like 3 to 4 cups per day. There are people who opted to consume tea, and that's fine also. And that would actually tide me through my next meal. The third strategy I did was I had buffer food. So ano nga ba yung buffer food? These are the types of food na pag alam mong over ka na sa calories mo but you would want to indulge a bit, but you don't want to ruin your diet so much, you would want to consume them. Let's say in my case, it was peanut butter. Half a tablespoon is around 50 calories. It's very high in protein. I would sometimes consume almond milk, which is around 30 calories for every 240 ml. And whey. Whey is for every scoop, if I remember correctly, 100 to 120 calories depending per brand, and it's 23 to 30 grams of protein depending on the brand. And what minsan I would mix all of them together, and I would actually add oats so that they would have a bit of texture. The next tip. So probably you're asking, have you heard of IF? Intermittent fasting, I would say it's an eating strategy. It's not a diet. Meaning, you can do intermittent fasting, but if you go over the caloric requirement for the day, you would still gain weight. Therefore, it can be used as a great eating strategy, diba? So, I usually use it when my caloric requirement for the day is very low. Let's say, I go to 1,200 already towards the end of my diet after a few months. So, I consume lunch and dinner na lang, no more breakfast, because I'd want to have that point of satiation after each meal, even if I'm consuming less calories already. The last part is during this journey. This was when I actually discovered a lot of online sellers and different food providers, and I'll be posting them down here below. And because they were a good source of low calorie, high protein, different types of food. So I'll post them later, and I hope you're able to support small businesses also. So there, those are the specific principles I had when I tried when I go through diets or cutting season, tawag nga nila. Again, life is short. You would want to still enjoy food, but at the same time have the right balance, di ba? So again, never say no to a dinner. From invitation from a friend or family member, you can always adjust your meals before and after to stay within that caloric requirement. So that's it for our episode today. I am Arthur. This is Arthie Thinks.